taller than her.
Okay.
And it seems as she pulls up files on the sword, the stone in the sword, and the monolith.
Okay.
Did you say sword and stone?
No, the stone inside of the sword.
Alright, now where's my shield?
There is no shield. Well, there is a shield.
Sorry. Where's
She
my
says-
tea and crumpets?
She says there is no shield. Well, there is a shield, but that's not important.
Wait, yes it is!
She says right now we're focused on the sword because that's the biggest issue.
Okay, but I want to hear about the shield.
She rolls her eyes. She says,
Is
so
there a
basically,
gun, too?
there's lots of guns, but those are Jenny exclusive.
You mean Jen?
Shut up. She closes in on the file related to the stone itself, and she says, these are the properties of the stone.
Okay.
You see that it boosts psionic capabilities, grants psionic capabilities, and can distort space.
Ooh, I want that.
It's why we grabbed it. And, well, technically, we didn't know this when we first got it, because we got it 10,000 years ago. Well, human got it. No, wait, hang on. Am I getting my times wrong? Let me think about this. I did the stuff for this, but I can't remember the exact number. Oh, no, it wasn't 10,000. That's 10,000 with something. We got it 1,000 years ago. Our family picked it up 1,000 years ago, and it's been in the family line ever since.
Cool. What happens if I
Within
marry
the past-
Pendragon?
If you marry Pendragon, then you'd be in my uncle's side of the family. Wouldn't have anything related to this very much.
Is that a good thing?
No.
Wait, why is it not a good thing? I mean, why is it not a good thing?
Well, it's complicated.
Your family sounds complicated. They also sound like assholes.
Yeah. Yes, to both of them. Particularly my uncle and father. They suck.
Why do they suck?
They suck hard. It's terrible. But that's not the issue, right? But if she has the stone, and you say she is warped like me, then that's an issue. It's a bit, because that means she has the same properties as my father. And my father, with that sword, equals a force of unstoppable god.
A storm of
That's
unstoppable.
A force of unstoppable godlyhood.
Okay.
So, issues, big problem.
Yeah. So.
Not only that, but that monument, if exposed to enough psionic force, will explode, based on our simulation. So if she does that, she'll kill us all.
So what you're saying is you should come with us and we should go stop her.
Well, yeah, but didn't you say she left?
I don't remember. I don't know where she is. We should have put a tracking device on her.
She came into the Pokemon Center and told you that she was moving the obelisk.
Oh, right.
Like, not even that long ago.
She did say she was moving the obelisk.
She facepalmed to say, oh, Jesus Christ.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, kind of. If she's moving the obelisk, then we're not going to have track of it, and then she could do something else terrible with it. I don't know.
Wait.
I'm PR, I don't...
Can you detect where it is? Because you're like gestures at his head. Woo! Man.
Well, I can't detect it. I could follow the psionic trail if she did a bunch of stupid stuff, but even then, it'd dissipate within a day.
If she's you, then she's obviously gonna do a bunch of stupid stuff. No offense.
Yeah, I agree with you entirely, but... But the issue is, if I look at a psionic force too strong, I'm gonna get sick. And trust me, I can't make eye contact with that obelisk.
Oh god. What happens? Do you start floating in the air and throwing up and just throw up starts like gravitating?
No, I puke up blood and fall unconscious.
Not good.
Oh, and she turns to Eleni and said, I wouldn't look at it with your special abilities either. Bad idea.
Oh, okay.
Eleni, let's look at it with your special abilities.
Yeah, now you've got
With
me
your
here.
special eyes.
With my
would
special.
probably blind her. I mean,
My brand.
if this thing
My
is an
brand.
aura, it's probably gonna be a real bright and powerful aura.
Eleni just starts staring at the light. She just starts drooling. Is this what drugs are like? It's just like a flicker of like constant flicker of rainbows. Oh god, I know how Professor Maple feels.
But she says, but the thing is, since these issues have been arising recently, and actually more than just the other me showing up, there's been a lot of paranormal and high power anomalies showing up.
Yeah.
Petrikov Incorporated has decided to
Okay.
form a task force.
Cool.
Oh ho.
They're
This is important.
they're a group of individuals who are specially trained to take out and neutralize any of these anomalies and individuals.
Cool. Can we meet them?
Well, that's the thing. We haven't quite formed the entire task force yet. So we've found a few individuals who would be good for the task force, but it's not complete.
Okay. Do we know any?
And it's
of
a good
those
thing you two are
individuals?
here.
Oh no.
It's a good thing you two are here because I would like to propose to become part of the task force.
Okay. Can we still travel with our friends?
They're not to be rude, but they're not special enough for that.
But can we still travel with our
No.
friends? Because I want to do coordinator competitions and gym battles.
It's complicated. If you become part of this task force, then you'll be on call all the time. We'll need you to take care of big issues. You won't have to do any of this for a while. We'll need you to get ready to handle these issues because even if I were to go and face them, I would struggle and need a team.
Now hang on, I think there's one important person missing from this group. If anyone is more equipped to help, it'd be Alex. He is combat
Ricardo.
ready. Alex and Leon, although they're not special, Leon's really good with his hone edge, and Alex is really good at kicking things and jumping.
You're about to see how intelligent Jones can actually DM.
Hmm?
Would you mind if I were to try to roll survival to see if I can figure out if there's anything I can actually fake to get the cuffs off? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you can do that.
Survival has taught me something about sickness.
She says, well, I'll bring up some stuff with my father. Maybe we can make a subdivision of the task force that is you guys.
Okay.
But you will be under the watch of Petrikov Incorporated, although you will get benefits for being part of the company.
You have me at benefits. Do we get health care?
What do you expect?
Yes, please, because the professor didn't give us health care.
Well, yeah, he's a loon. Can he give you health care?
Wait, why is he a loon?
He's studying legendaries.
Hang
And
on
he
a
takes
second.
X speed like every 3 minutes.
Okay, maybe that part, but the legendary thing, I mean, is it all that bad?
There's no merit. Trust me, Petrikov Incorporated has spent thousands on it, and it was a failing industry.
Legendary studies?
Yeah.
I really want to make a joke, but it's kind of bad.
What?
Sounds
If
like
it's a pun,
getting a
not
degree in
pun.
women's studies.
Ooh.
Bitch.
No, it's okay. There was a meme that went around where it's like my women's study professor is giving me extra credit if I go take a picture of a guy working at Subway. Ha ha ha. Extra credit, here I come. And then he says, sounds like your degree in women's studies is a big joke. It's a meme.
But when you say that, Morgana says, yeah, pretty much.
So, like...
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind if I were to try to roll first?
Yeah, I said
survival?
you can do that.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now, and
You don't seem to figure out any way to get out of the cuffs.
so much for faking a sudden illness.
So...
I'd be cool joining the task force.
Yeah, but I don't want to leave our friends, Eleni.
She says, well, if I can convince my father to make that subdivision, we could gather you as a task force together. Of course, they'll need to train to become a fitting unit for the task force.
Okay.
How good are any of them at handling dangerous situations?
Alex is pretty good at it. Leon's pretty good at it. Freya could use some work. Quill,
Fuck you.
I don't even remember the last time I saw Quill. X, yeah, he needs a lot of work with running straight into battle, and especially with his Pokemon.
You're talking about Jones, aren't you?
And then there's Oliver. Oliver's kind of just... I think he'd be good for a research team, maybe. He could be our...
Yeah.
He could run the technology from the back.
She scratches her head really quick and says, I could convince him that he could do field research.
That works too
Get
for
him
him.
out there.
He's good at that. Now, question. Would it be possible for me to get the files on the other people you have in mind?
Well, you'd have to be part of the task force officially to get those files.
Damn it.
And the task force hasn't officially become a thing yet.
Now, quick question. Is there anything we should be worried about while we're traveling right now? Other than Evil Morgana, obviously.
Not that I can think of. When she says that, she gets an email. Oh, maybe this. I don't know.
Oh no. What's the email say?
She opens up the email and it says, Miss Petrikoff, there's been a recent uprising of individuals calling themselves Team Dominion. Please keep an eye out for them. They seem to be dangerous.
Jesus,
So yeah, look out for that.
These loons are coming out of everywhere. First it's Team Skull, now it's Team Dominion. What's next? Team Submission?
Ooh. Nah, team domination.
That's my team.
Who?
We're Team Omen.
Yeah,
we're Team Omen.
we're Team Omen. We'll kick their butts. Don't worry about it. We got this.
Although in
Where are they
secret,
at?
our actual name is Team Bad Omens.
Yeah.
Yeah, their full name is Bad Omens.
We sound like a
It says,
terrible
oh hey, there's more to
band.
the email.
Oh no.
Nah, you sound like a bad emo band.
She scrolls down the email more, and it says, the individuals seem to be targeting and killing Pokemon. Their reasons are that Pokemon are wild beasts and lesser than humans.
Wow! That's
Oh.
just evil!
And at the very bottom of the email, it says, code magenta. She's like, oh, that's not good. That's not good.
What's code magenta?
That means they have knowledge of some very, very sensitive information that I can't tell you.
How sensitive are we
And it-
talking?
Could
Delta?
endanger the world.
Ah,
Okay, so why not
Is
tell
it
us this
possible?
information so we know about it so we don't get, afraid if they tell us it?
She taps your face, says, because you're a kid, and also you don't need to know about this. Because just knowing about this puts your life in danger.
How bad is it on a scale
Is
of 1 to
it
10?
possible that Team
10.
Dominion is led by the other Morgana?
Delta?
The likelihood of that is incredibly low, especially if she loves Pokemon.
And we've never seen her with one, so we don't know that.
She has a Mewtwo. She has to love Pokemon. Or at least Mewtwo at the very least. Yes, Jones?
Can I just roll medicine education?
Yeah.
I'm just desperate at this point.
And
You
I-
definitely can't think of anything.
I could just wait it out and just whenever they go, just follow along and just go through the halls rolling perception checks.
What was the survival for?
To see if he can figure out any kind of way to trick them into thinking that he needs out of the cuffs.
So, like...
Can I try something?
Yeah, you can try something.
Can I just shout, I really need the toilet?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Why didn't I think of that? And if I hear Oliver somehow, then holy crap, I'm gonna roll
Instead-
perception as he does
it's
that.
just gonna-
because
it's just gonna-
then I'll
it's
get
gonna just
him to
shout.
Also shout that.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
just
no,
gonna...
I'll just wait a couple seconds, then do it.
It'll just shout, I kinda got distracted with me Pokemon, didn't get the chance to go to the toilet before this.
And they're gonna give me
Us.
a bucket.
Someone comes into the room and says, "Follow me."
And
Another
I
person
can't, I'm
comes
stuck.
into the. Another person comes in past him, unlocks you from your handcuffs, and puts a different pair on you.
oh, that's funny.
It's gonna be hard to go to the toilet in these, but okay.
Says you can figure it out.
Okay.
When you walk by him,
If I
when you
heard-
walk by him, he says, "If you're going number 2, don't worry, it's the fancy Japanese."
Oh,
Cool.
Can I just roll to see if I heard Oliver shout that?
Should I?
Yeah, you can.
I'll do the D20 like that we did before.
You didn't hear Oliver.
Ooh, like the D20 means how loud. That was decently loud.
Yeah, you did say it very loud, but he didn't hear you.
I
That
did
was
not.
that must
Are
have
these
been.
little soundproof or something? They
He
probably are.
screamed that.
Yeah, and it actually hurt your ears.
It hurt me
It echoed
throat.
in the room.
Oh wait, hold on, Eleni. We could totally be dicks and just make her hear like a screaming voice in her head, but I don't think it'd work on her.
Okay, and I'm gonna do
What?
a perception around the around the hallway as well as I'm walking. As if I'm just gonna sit. Like,
But Morgana says Code Magenta means that they're a global threat. Beyond just simple terrorism, they could threaten the way we see society as it is.
Oh,
Now,
these-
Meaning-
in theory,
Yes, in theory.
what if they had a
Jones would
legendary?
Definitely, Jones and Hawthorne.
You
are
could-
If they had a
definitely
lesson,
part
if
of
they had a
the
legendary,
terrorists.
then Code Magenta would be very proper. But they most likely just have one of the stones of Arc.
Oh, but which one? Because you have
That's
they have
tough.
one of
the sword you have has this. Well, your family sword has the psychic one in it, correct?
Yes,
Do we know any of the whereabouts of the other ones?
we know the whereabouts of at least 5 more, but the others are up in the.
Well, that's a no.
Yeah, that is an no.
We know where the water one is located because that's in the center of Omnis, holding up the sky thing.
Holding up the sky thing.
Oh,
Yeah, haven't you seen it on the map?
so maybe.
No, we haven't even seen a map of this place.
You've actually have a map of Omnis.
Oh, and ooh.
Jones actually used his, but never actually. Was,
To
he was
the
just
map!
trying to figure out where to go to meet Oliver.
When you open up your map and you look at the center of Omnis, you see you see a body in the water, but it doesn't. You can't tell that it's floating. She says, "Hang on, do this really quick." She double taps the island, and then she does a thing with her thumb to make it curl, and you can see that the island is actually floating a couple miles in the air off the ocean.
So in theory,
shit.
what if we took the plate from there?
Well, we can't, because it's actually a giant rock in the ocean.
Yeah, that would be a problem. Is it possible to take a chunk out of it?
No, it's way harder than anything else on the world, in the world.
Alrighty. That's good to know.
So now,
Actually, the stone in the sword is unrefined itself. It's raw and just in the sword.
Hmm.
if they were to melt down the sword, they'd get the psychic plate.
It's a stone. It's just a rock.
Just a hunk of rock, boss.
This is confusing.
What
It
are
is
the other ones you know the locations of?
Then again,
Uh,
some are alternate dimensions.
The other ones we know of are the this is one shard that we believe to be a shard of Arceus, but we're not sure. It's an incredibly dense form of metal that's malleable. In a way, it's very complicated, but it's the shield I mentioned earlier.
Oh.
Ah.
You know cornstarch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that, but 10 million times denser.
That's interesting.
Not only that, but it's sentient. That's strange.
Oh, like a ditto?
That's a good analogy.
don't see anything.
The other one's an electric shard that is well, it's powering Omnis. That's powering Omnis. Another one is it's a pair of brass knuckles, really.
A pair of brass knuckles, you say?
Yes, it gives the wearer incredible physical attributes. It's the fighting type gym leader has it.
Oh, I was gonna say what we.
He got it because he found it, and it's
Hey,
he's
Lenny,
calm.
maybe you should try and
It's
get it
just
from
attached to
him.
him now.
I do kind of want it.
So, what resources can you provide for us to help us against team domination?
Dominion.
Dominion.
She says the last one is well, it's this crystal pair of wings that's actually inside the same floating island.
Crystal pair of wings? I'm interested.
It's the other half that's keeping it in the air.
Oh, never mind. No, I'm not.
Also,
interested.
the water underneath it is so goddamn pure.
So what kind of?
But it's so pure that it's dejecting the island because of its impurities. So that's keeping it in the air, but then it's also floating further above it because of the.
So what
crystal
would happen if a person swam in it?
A person what?
Swam in that water. Would they get dejected
Swam-
into the air?
Someone with
Could-
cancer went into that water and they came out without cancer.
Oh, we could
Oh,
totally
that's-
get some of that miracle water.
Yeah.
So, quick question, Morgana. What kind
Well,
of...
the thing is, if the water leaves the body, then it no longer becomes pure.
Oh.
Ah.
So, a quick question, Morgana. What kind of resources can you provide us in helping us fight Team Dominion?
Most anything we need. We're a $50 billion corporation.
So, if I asked for a keystone, I could get one.
Absolutely. Omnis is the most prominent resource for keystones.
Perfect. Can I
It's
get a
'cause
keystone?
Giant keystone meteorite hit it a long time ago.
Can I get a keystone?
You don't deserve keystone.
If you work for us, yeah. If you work for us in a fighting division, then definitely.
Now, I have a quick question. So, I've heard about this group of people from someone named, like, the Danger Squad or something.
What?
The Danger Patrol or something. Like, they have a group of a specific...
Oh, the Danger Prevention Association.
Yes,
Yes.
the DPA. Where are they located?
They're located in the mountainous area, the mountainous biome of the Omnis.
So do you think they are aware of the information you just told us?
Most likely. There's some very prominent Absol there. Not only that, but my cousin's there.
Oh, you have another
Ah.
cousin there? What's your cousin's name?
Wait, what did I say her name was? I said it. I've said this already, but I'm pretty sure I said
Jenny.
it's not. No, it's not.
Janine.
I have a question.
I think I said Lucy. I can't remember.
Probably. It was probably Lucy.
Delta,
Yeah.
can Pokemon actually get out of Pokeballs, like, on their own?
Yeah, sometimes.
If they're special, like Eleni's Anubis.
Mm-hmm.
He is
If they
so
have a
very-
strong enough will to leave the Pokeball, then they can get out of the Pokeball. But they're being suppressed.
Ooh. I just thought of a really good question.
No, it's not going to be possible for Trico to come to my rescue. Or Mankey.
Could I perhaps get, if I worked in the task force, could I perhaps get a keystone and a Lucaria knight?
We can grant you a keystone. The Lucariote's going to be a problem because we're very limited on them. But we'll find some for you.
Okay.
So, how good are you with your psychic powers?
You know this building?
Yeah.
I moved it here.
Where was it
Oh.
before?
Johto.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ. I was
Oh.
gonna ask, could you be able to identify an egg for me?
Oh yeah, I could go into its mind and understand its entire existence. Like I know you on a personal level because I've been in your.
That still creeps me out. Please stop mentioning that.
No, I haven't gotten in your head though yet. She points to you, Lenny.
Do it. Get in her head. Get in her head. I want to see this.
No, don't.
Wondrous
I
is
will
joining all of
scream
us,
at
I
you.
guess.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Well, that's the problem. You have such a high concentration of supernatural energy that's hard to break through it.
Oh. Wait, what about me?
You're a simple bitch.
Okay, I'm offended. So,
Yikes.
can you tell me what my egg is that I have?
She
Get
says, she says,
Get
"Hand
on
it
a
to me."
get on a t-shirt. Oliver is a simple bitch. No shit. Hawthorne.
Hawthorne.
With
The simple bitch.
drinking a pumpkin spice latte.
So she says, yeah, hand me the egg.
Is
Okay.
Hawthorne's ability simple, by the way?
It is now.
So be very careful with this egg. I value it more than I value my own life.
She takes the egg starts floating in the air, and it starts glowing a maroon red, kind of like her hair.
Okay, that's trippy.
The glow then moves into the egg, and the egg is actually it's still floating there, but now it's rotating.
Okay. It's a
And then
dancing egg.
it stops rotating, and it floats down into her hands. She says, "Oh, that's neat, I guess."
What is it?
Congratulations, it's an Arceus.
It's most likely something I can't identify it.
You can't identify it.
Well, that's the thing. I can't identify it, so what the hell is it?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Does the egg have an aura?
I can't tell.
Wasn't it close to hatching?
Yes, it's tomorrow, I think.
She says, I can tell you this though, it's about a day or two until this thing pops.
Oh God, I'm gonna be a dad. Eleni, you're gonna be a mom.
You know, I'm not even gonna object to this anymore.
Eleni, we're gonna be parents. Oh God, we're so young. We don't even.
Come on.
We don't even have real jobs.
She says, I'm not able to put much psychic force into reading the physiology of a baby because they're very sensitive. But obviously, even in its baby state, it's putting out more psychic force than I am, so I can't read it.
That's terrifying.
Psychic type.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
terrifying.
Figures out. It's just
That-
boink.
That will be awesome.
Let's think of all the weird ass Pokemon that could be doing this.
Oh my god, please say it's a Ralts.
So I have another question. I just thought about this. Can you
Just-
figure out what powers we have?
What?
Other Morgana mentioned other us have powers, and if it's the same principle, then us in this dimension should have powers too, correct? Other than my ability to channel Pokemon and Eleni's ability to see auras.
And use my own
Well,
aura.
Well, channeling is a little bit rarer than aura and they're not exactly unique ability.
So what
And
you're
they're
saying
not
is,
something that could be lethal other than Eleni, but she hasn't seen the type.
so what you're saying is I'm more rare than Eleni.
A
Wow,
little.
rude.
Okay.
Well,
That's-
maybe because aura sensing is something you can train, and channeling is something that you're born with.
That's a yikes.
Can you tell me?
Although Eleni is exceptional.
Can you tell me any information about the gym leaders Chris and Dorian?
Chris and Dorian? Oh, I love Dorian.
Yeah, I met her. She choked me out.
Yeah, I can tell. She points at the bruising at your neck.
Oh, does she normally do that to people?
If you annoy her. If you annoy her, yeah, she'll choke you out.
How long
Ooh,
has Chris been
kinky.
here? Because apparently we were friends growing up.
Chris hasn't been in the Omnis region more than a year.
Really? She's
Oh.
already a
Yeah.
gym leader?
Yeah, I know, it was crazy. She came out of nowhere, beat the fairy type gym leader into the ground, and then became the new fairy gym leader.
So she uses fairy types.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Doran uses dark types.
Yes, he uses dark types.
Cool. We just beat the gym leader here, so I'm kind of curious.
Oh, you beat Serenity? Oh,
Yeah,
I need to talk to her again.
She's
It's been
really
a little bit.
nice. I
We
need to-
haven't talked since
you
we
break one of
both
those flower
ditched the
pots.
gym leader meeting.
Oh yeah, that's right. Doran and Chris were there visiting her for that. They're probably gonna come here next.
Yeah. You can't exactly skip out on gym leader meetings. They're kind of important.
I'm so glad I'm not a gym leader.
Delta.
How many more of the 15 minutes do we have left?
It's been more than 15 minutes that you've been talking. She's just keeping you here now.
Oh
Jones, you've actually been let out of the room and moved
hold
out
on.
into
My
a
very
waiting
funny.
room.
Well, I'm definitely going to roll a bunch of perception checks as I'm just being led down this hallway.